Make your decisions carefully. As if I wouldn't do that. Ridiculous game. Don't you know me? Hello everyone. This is Redact and this game is called Suzerain. So we made some executive decisions last time. Excellent decisions. It's going to completely change our circumstances in terms of our economy. But now there's some complaints about putting the police under the internal something or other. I don't know. I'm the president. I will make the decision. Let's do it. Right, we're back. The economy is still shit. We'll see what happens. We built the railway line last time also. Okay. So now we have to have a private meeting with Peter, find out what's going on. Let's do that. It was dark, chilly evening when Peter called and asked if we could meet. He gave no details. All he said was that it was important. So he's been having some affair with someone or something. I drove alone through wholesale suburbs until I reached the meeting point he named, 147 Verheck Avenue, number 26. Our old campaign headquarters, untouched since the night of the election. This was where everything began. I made my way up the dusty staircase of the office building. The light in the second floor hallway was out, so I used a cigarette lighter to find my way to the wooden door marked 26. Pulled on the handle, but it wouldn't budge. Every door had always been a pain to open. Coming, says Peter. Peter pushed on the door with all his weight. It made a screeching sound as it opened. Without further ado, I bid you welcome to this grand nostalgia trip, hosted by yours truly, Peter Vecturn. He made an exaggerated bow. The dust from the open door was still settling down. Feeling sentimental yet? Indeed, I haven't been to this place in ages. Not really, it's just an office. I remember it being much cleaner. Indeed, I haven't been to this place for ages. I miss it sometimes, even that damn door. Come over here, remember this? He walked over to his old desk and pointed to the gramophone that had annoyed our neighbours and kept us company for so many late nights. Peter flipped the switch and filled the room with the swing music from the 20s. I'll be damned, it still works. So, what are we celebrating? Life, my friend, life. He put his hand under the desk and brought a bottle out. He took a swig out of it and passed the bottle to me. Drink. Took a swig as well before passing the bottle back to Peter. That's my boy. Peter snapped his fingers to the music while going through the items in the room. He looked virtually unchanged since election night. Go on, have a look around, see if it doesn't bring back memories. I'll check my old desk drawer, see if there's any evidence. Blackmail material, anything? Sat down on the squeaky chair and opened the top drawer. Saw there a few old coins, pencils and sheets of paper. Underneath them something caught my eye. It was a photograph of me and Monica sitting under a tree. This must have been 10, maybe 15 years ago. We looked so young and so happy. Monica would love to see this. Nice find. Look at baby Anton. You didn't even have your iconic look. Take my iconic look? What are you trying to suggest? Moustache is elegant. I'll take the photograph. I'll give it to the lady. Look through the storage boxes. In one of the storage boxes I found a heavy object wrapped safely. I unwrapped it. It was an emerald-coloured statue of a goat, the symbol of Sordland. I remember this was a gift from Brenda, one of the 53 election campaign assistants. It would look good on my desk in the palace. Brenda, always sucking up to you. And where did it get her? Seriously, where? I have no idea where she ended up. Take the statue. I'll take that. It will look nice. I lift the storage box of the statue in it and put it near the door so I can take it on the way out. Go through the records next to the gramophone. I made my way and started flipping through the records next to it. I found one of my favourite albums ever, Mountains, by Janet Grutz. A set of plaintive folk songs that made me yearn for the countryside whenever I heard it. What a classic. You should mail that to Frank so he can know what real music is. Take the record. May as well. Enough going through old stuff. Let's talk. Yes, yes, all in good time. Gestured the bottle he had in his hand. No, I'm good. I've had enough, thank you. He shrugged, took a very big gulp out of the bottle and staggered to the side afterwards. Okay. Are you alright? Yeah, I'm okay. Let's go up to the roof. The view was always amazing from there. We went up the stairs to the roof. The view was mesmerizing. The buildings of Holsword twinkled below us, while the stars shone bright in the sky. We sat back and leaned against the wall, taking it all in. Right as I was getting up, I heard a sobbing sound. I turned to Peter and saw tears streaming down his cheeks. What's wrong? Tell me, what's wrong? We're best friends, come on. He wiped the tears away. I messed up, Anton. I messed up big time. Evelyn's leaving me. She wants a divorce. You've always had rough patches. You'll kiss and make up. It's okay. It's different this time. I've been sleeping with Livia Suno. Who's Livia Suno? It's my secretary! I knew it. Oh my goodness. How could you, Peter? You've been what? Shit. What did this cause it? I had a feeling. Yeah, I did have a feeling about you two. You got careless, I know, I'm so sorry. It's just Evelyn hasn't been the same since she lost her job, and Livia's been these sultry looks from the day I hired her. You were away, I was drunk, one thing led to another. But she's more than a pretty girl, Anton. She's smart, kind. I think we really connected. No need to justify. Men will be men after all. How could you do this to me? I like it too. That doesn't mean I break my vows or make a scandal for a bit of horizontal failure. No, I can't. Why is it about me? Be worried about the wife, really? Don't tell me you're going to run off with her. No, we're ending things. I told her it's too unprofessional, and I want Evelyn back. There's still a chance this could get out. I need to talk to Lucien. We still can't believe this. I ought to have you both fired. Who else knows beside me and the three of you? Nobody, I swear. Well, maybe Lucien, since he knows everything, but you know he'll never spill the beans. There was an edge of desperation in Peter's voice. He took another drink. How many years have we known each other? How many scrapes have we gotten ourselves out of? I can handle this. Just trust me. Turned to face my friend and vice president. The habits that had gotten him dubbed the bad boy of Swordist politics when we were young were no longer so charming, coming from a middle-aged man. Yet he was still a capable politician, and I couldn't ignore our long history together. You've done enough damage. We will fix. Alright, it's just an affair. It's over at that. We can weather this. You've done enough damage. I can handle it myself. I will be blunt. You will fix this or I will remove you from office. Ooh. It's not just an affair either. Yeah, we can weather this together. We'll do it together. Thank you, Anton. This means a lot to me. I mean it. Don't mention it. And I mean it. Don't mention it. While waiting for his reaction, I left the rooftop alone and made my way downstairs. On my way out, I grabbed my belongings and took one last look back at the office. It had been home to some happy memories for me, for sure. This visit had permanently cured me of any nostalgia. As soon as I arrived home, I headed up to my study, sat down and stared at the telephone. Yeah, let's call Lucien. He picked up very quickly. Yes, Mr. President. I told Lucien everything Peter told me about himself, Evelyn, and Livia. Thank you for calling me, Mr. President. This serves to confirm some suspicions of my own. We have to meet. What suspicions? Well, to discuss this in private tomorrow morning in your office early, before either of the other two arrive. Don't bring this up with anyone else. I fear we may have done more. We may have more than a mere dalliance on our hands. The line dropped. I stared at the receiver, wondering what his last statement meant. What was going on I didn't know about. I went to bed but couldn't sleep at all. Peter, what have you done? What else? Okay, so the economy is still a bit shit. Read the report. National Business Council requests fiscal conservatism. NBC issued a warning about the government budget deficit. It's only -1. It's fine. Occurred in the third year of the administration. Leadership figures from the private state sectors brought forward complaints that the country should head towards a debt crisis. Situation is left unchecked. Experts are sounding the alarm about a potential credit rating downgrade if the situation with a better balance won't be achieved soon. I just got a better balance. We're doing our best. As soon as I have an opportunity to start spending money on something, I will do it. Alright, start of the day. Let's have a word with Lucian then. It's early in the morning after my talk with Peter. Sun was just beginning to peek over the horizon. The Maroon Palace was empty, save for a few cleaning staff. I went to my office to find Lucian already waiting for me. Mr. President, thank you for meeting me at this hour. I couldn't sleep anyway. Very well, I'm pleased that you chose to call me after your conversation with Mr. Vectorn last night, though I was already aware of his illicit relationship with Miss Suno. How did you find out? I'll get to that. On its own, given Mr. Vectorn's established reputation as something of a playboy, the affair is unlikely to cause much damage. However, a more troubling possibility has been brought to light. A recent conversation with Mr. Hailstone, or whistleblower from Rumberg, revealed the presence of a spy within the Maroon Palace. Oh no. But Miss Suno is our mole. She's been using our relationship with Mr. Vectorn to gather information. Oh. Laugh incredulously. Tell me more, you're being paranoid, Lucian. That's preposterous. Tell me more. I can do better than that, I'll show you. Lucian reached into his coat pocket, pulled out an audio tape and fed it into the reel-to-reel machine at my desk. This was recorded in the palace at 1809 following our return for the meeting with David in Benfey. Press play, I hear Peter and Livia's voices. Livia, are you sure everyone's gone for the day? Relax, Liv. You don't have President suck up. Oh my goodness me! Oh, he's going to the oubliette. You don't have President stick up his ass to worry about tonight. Peter! Livia giggled. I heard the sound of kissing and then of drinks being poured. I missed you in Benfey. Did he tell you why he decided not to make a deal with Lesbia or Varglan? He's not interested in forming any alliances? Something about staying as neutral as possible. Although that doesn't seem to apply to the superpowers. There's talk of possible cooperation. Enough work talk, Miss Suno. I want you bent over my desk now. Lucian grimaced and switched the tape off. Yeah, and then what happened? Tell me, I want more details. Don't need to hear the rest of it. Important question is, why so much curiosity about these particular alliances, if not because they could strengthen us against Rumberg? That's not all. I found her resume on fire, and there's a year-long gap between her finishing secretarial school and the beginning of her career. Normally this would have been looked into, but Miss Suno was hired before a background check could be completed by one Peter Vectorn. Just then there was a knock on the door. Livia opened it cautiously. Good morning, Mr. President. Mr. Glade. I didn't realise you'd be in so early. Can I get you some coffee? Oh, yeah. Should we talk? Should we talk to her? I'll wait for Lucian to say something. Please have a seat, Miss Suno. Livia sat puzzled. Is this something the matter? Enough pretending. Your secret is out. Hey, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Come on, Livia. Peter already told me everything. Livia. Oh, you know perfectly well. Let's see what she says. Livia buried her face in her hands. I'm so sorry, Mr. President. I was so foolish, and Peter was so nice to me, but it's over now. No one ever needs to know. That's not what the President means, Miss Suno. We're referring to you being an intelligence agent for Rumberg. Livia sat upright. She looked shocked. Pardon, Mr. Glade. Are you feeling alright? I know, it sounds ridiculous to me as well. Lucian folded his arms. Miss Suno, indulge me for a moment. What were you doing in the year 1951? Livia's face flushed. You must know I was working as a cigarette girl at Porto's. It's a Latchivin saloon. I was saving up so I could afford my own place in Holsword. Here's a proprietor's number if you need to double check. Scribbled a telephone number on a piece of paper. Lucian snatched it up. Why have you been asking so many questions about what I do? Why are you asking Peter about my alliances? Why were you so eager to help David back in Benfey? Well, she is my secretary, so she will ask questions. Yeah, why were you asking Peter about my alliances? Tell the truth, Mr. Rain, I was hoping to run for office myself someday. I want to make a real difference in the world, like Miss Morgna or Miss Welder. I guess I messed up by getting involved with Peter. Now all they're going to do is say I slept my way to the top. Wait, how do you know about that conversation? It's a loud pounding on the door. Peter barged in. Oh no, it's going to get worse now. Peter barged in without waiting for an answer. He was unshaven and he wore the same clothes as the night before. I came as soon as I heard the three of you were in here. Anton, what the hell are you doing? I told you I had this under control. Sorry, Lucian had already found out. Peter took a seat on the far end of the table. He looked over at Livia and noticed her troubled expression. But why involve her? This is my mess. She did nothing wrong. She's a spy, Peter. You missed up big time. It's a preposterous idea that she's a spy. There's a small chance she could be a spy. What? The reason to believe that you've been relaying information to Rumberg. Information you leaked to her in your carelessness. Lucian rewound his tape and played it again. As Peter listened, his eyes widened in disbelief. Lucian, you rat bastard! You've been bugging my office! I'm sure there's an explanation for this. Both Peter and Livia were glaring at Lucian now. He looked unrepentant. I had noticed the Vice President's behaviour becoming increasingly erratic and unprofessional over the past months. Wanted to get to the root of the cause. So you wiretapped your own goddamn colleague, and for what? Have you been getting off on this, you pervert? Oh, no. Certainly not. I believe that along with the Rumberg whistleblower's admission that there is a spy in the palace, certain gaps in Miss Suna's resume, this tape makes a compelling case to investigate the Secretary for espionage. Whether or not the investigation yields positive results, Mr. Vectin ought to be held accountable for his willingness to divulge such sensitive information. Well, it wasn't that sensitive, it was just it decided not to do it and didn't know why. It wanted to stay neutral. He ought to stand trial or at the very least resign. Peter's jaw dropped. Livia stood up. By May, Mr. President, I've been paying attention to what goes on in the palace. Not because I'm some sort of agent, but out of genuine interest. Hard as it may be for you to believe, Mr. Glade. She scowled at Lucian and then turned back to me. From what I've seen, this man has been attempting to undermine your Vice President at every turn, perhaps with the goal of replacing Peter himself. Oh my goodness! Of course you'll say that Peter's your lover. That's ridiculous. I would never make Vice President. I'd never make Lucian Vice President. Lucian's been nothing but loyal. Loyal to you, it's true, but he could never stand me. Lucian frowned. Personal misgivings about Mr. Vectin aside, I would never do anything to harm this administration. Yeah, I think he's loyal. Got to find a solution that just chills everyone out. Mr. Vectin, on the other hand, has at best committed adultery, and at worst delivered state secrets straight into enemy hands. Who could I believe? Can I speak to you for a moment, please, Lucian? Peter and Livia exchanged worried glances before exiting my office. What are you going to do, Mr. President? I ought to fire you for surveying Peter. I'm not investigating my own secretary. I won't play into your hands. I believe you. We should investigate Livia. You're the strategist here, not me. You make the call. No, I can't do that. I'm the president. Honestly, I ought to fire you for surveying. No, well, he had concerns. So, I mean, he shouldn't have done that. Even so. Okay, let's just check her out. I appreciate your trust in me. And Mr. Vectin, what you do about his willingness to compromise Sordland security at the drop of a pencil skirt. Peter did what a man would. You understand if you weren't a workaholic. I'll settle that with him. I'll decide that once we have the results. Very well. Just keep in mind you may need him to shoulder the blame for this. Yes, I'm not taking the blame for it. Lucian addressed his tie. I apologize to Miss Suna and tell her that this has all been a misunderstanding. We can't have her running away during the investigation. I'll do it myself. Fine, but I'm warning you, don't spy on your colleagues ever again. Is it really his job, Chief Strategist, to do this? Yeah, don't spy on your colleagues. I mean, don't spy on me is really what I'm saying to him here. Thank you. I'll do it myself. He shouldn't have done anything to me. I'll do it myself. Very well, sir. Lucian gave a slight bow as he left the office. I sat by myself for a while, wondering what exactly had set into motion. Yes! Oh, shit. Oh, no. Maybe I shouldn't have called him. I don't know. Oh, what's going on here? Solution to start investigating into Peter's affair. Yeah, they're probably not going to be very happy with me, but... Results of the affair scandal, okay. Several days have passed since I ordered the investigation into my secretary. Both Peter and Livia have been acting unnaturally nice to me, believing I'd let them off the hook for their affair. They seem to be avoiding each other in the hallways, though. Just settling in behind my desk when Lucian knocked on my door. Sir, a moment of your time. Of course. Lucian entered my office and closed the door behind him. Security team traveled to Latchian to speak to the owners of the pub Miss Sorna named. They confirmed that one Livia Sorna had worked there. The description of her did not match... What? The description of her did not match that of your secretary. However, it did match that of an unidentified corpse that washed up in Lenpakerd Bay 2 months before your inauguration. That was Livia Suno. Who's the woman working for me? For an investigation by our operatives in Rumberg matched Miss Suna's description to a woman named Ilana Vance, last seen graduating from Crimsrad Political Science Institute. A whistleblower from Rumberg recognized the name Vance as belonging to a deeply embedded covert agent, though he had previously assumed it was a man. That lying to you succubus! You should have figured this out. No, I can't blame it. Oh my god, you were right. How could we have missed all this? Yeah, how could we have missed all this? Mentions Miss Suna was hired without any background check. It's just possible that this all could have been avoided had any of Mr. Vector's blood flow been directed to his brain when he selected her. But none of that can be helped now. The question is, what are you going to do, sir? Arrest her for espionage, of course. What do you think I should do? What do you mean I'm going to murder them both? I'm going to have Peter castrated. Arrest her for espionage, of course. That would be standard procedure. However, do so. It's only a matter of time before the media pieces together what happened. Easy, I'll get Marcel on it. Look like a fool for having under my nose the entire time. Outwitted by a woman, it won't look good. What if there were no trial? With the powers granted by your emergency decree, you could certainly detain her without a trial. Exactly. You're right. Let's detain her immediately. And Peter as well. No, let's detain her immediately. She's a spy. As you wish, I'll call Mr. Geiser. Who's that? Alright, yeah, okay. Thank you, Lucian. You go ahead and do that. Lucian nodded and walked out. I waited a few minutes, then rang for Livia. She entered my office. There's something you need, Mr. President. Yes, I need you to stop pretending. Please sit down. Barely perceptible flash of fear crossed her face. She sat. Why did you call me in here, sir? I nodded towards my office doorway. Carl was standing there along with 2 of his guards blocking the entrance. Ilana Vance, you are under arrest for suspicion of espionage. Please come with me. Her eyes darted around the room. What the hell is going on, Mr. President? Have you let Lucian get to your head? I thought you were smarter than that. You're going to pay for your lies. You're going to pay for the way you used Peter. You thought I couldn't trust my closest advisor? You're the stupid one. You're going to pay for the way you used Peter. Yes. Carl's man grabbed her arms and began dragging her out. No, no, you can't do this to me. Peter, hearing her cries, rushed out of his office. Liv, what the hell? Anton, what's going on? Her name's Ilana. Lucian was right about her. She's a spy. She was using you all along, Peter. Yeah, tell Peter who you really are. I won't say another word without a lawyer present. No lawyers, ma'am. You're going away for a very long time. Fine, then I will say this. She looked Peter square in the eye. You're a sad old drunken and lousy lay. Honestly, if I were a Rumberg spy, I'd barely have to do a thing. You two have Sordland ripe for the taking. Only a spy would say that. She straightened up, ran a hand through her curls, and allowed Carl to lead her away. Peter sank to the floor in front of me. Anton, what the hell just happened? Come to my office. I'll tell you my office. Feel free to take a moment first. Once Peter was in my office, I shut the door and explained everything Lucian had told me about Livia. You believed him? Well, better safe than sorry, especially after what she called me. At least we finally have this ordeal behind us. Let's get on with running the country, shall we? Actually, I have to tell you something. Am I going to make him resign? If I make him resign, everyone's going to ask why. Let's just have a drink. Eagerly nodded, and then thought better and shook his head. No, my drunken idiocy got me in this mess in the first place. Gonna whole new me from now on, Anton, I promise. I watched him leave. A whole new Peter. I hoped he was right about that. Oh, goodness. Overview panel. What happened? What happened? I ordered the detainment of Olivia as a response to her affair. As a result of the investigation into the affair, Lucien told me Olivia is actually a Rumburgian spy. How could you do this to me? Terrible. Alright, what happened? Order. National security breached. Oh, God. Our nation's security has been breached. Unfortunately, we still don't know what the information has been linked to the foreign powers. Well, she'll tell us. Eventually, she'll tell us. What's next? Press release. Yeah, we're going to have to do that. And then she's going to disappear. Yeah, let's do the press release. The morning of Olivia's trial, and hordes of reporters... No, I didn't want a trial. Hordes of reporters were gathered in front of the state courthouse. Peter, Lucien, and I stood by the entrance. Lucien had helped break the news of my secretary's arrest. Now the media were beginning to question exactly how a Rumburg agent had been able to infiltrate the Moon Palace. Time for me to deliver an explanation. Podium with a bank of microphones awaited us on the courthouse steps. Peter looked uncertain. Told I'll be doing all the talking today. Corunti's reporters will ask softball questions, but I'll still advise you to keep your responses as brief as possible. I nodded. Peter took a deep breath. Together we stepped behind the podium. Reporters clustered around us and started shouting questions. Thank you for coming. So you're aware, Livia Suno, former secretary of the President of Sordland, is currently being tried for espionage. As you're aware, remember, yes. Yes. Certain officials failed to conduct the necessary background checks that would have prevented her from infiltrating our administration. They are now under investigation. In advanced document forging technology, this woman managed to pass our rigorous background checks and infiltrate our administration. Yeah, we don't exactly know how she managed to do it. Rest assured the traitor will be brought to justice. Any further cooperation... Yeah, traitor will be brought to justice. By efforts to undermine the administration, we are strong, unified, and capable as ever. We remain vigilant against external and internal enemies. We will not tolerate any crimes against the state. Both Mr. Vector and I remain committed to keeping the great country of Sordland safe and secure. We are. Thank you. Many camera flashes went off. A reporter raised her hand to speak. Let her ask a question. Mr. President, have you chosen your next secretary yet? Would you like to submit... She's blonde, she's pretty. Not yet. But we'll make sure she's blonde this time. Would you like to submit an application? I have a few candidates in mind. The reporters nodded seriously. I sent a silent prayer of thanks to Marcel Caronti. Well, whoever she is, she's one lucky girl. Lucien interjected. The president will not be taking any more questions. Thank you. He and Peter and I began walking back to the courthouse. Peter and I hung behind to talk. Evelyn's still divorcing me. That can't be helped. But overall, this is nowhere near as bad as it could have been. We have Marcel to thank for that. I know. At least everything can go back to normal now. Head at the back of Lucien's head as he disappeared inside the courthouse. Normal. We would see about that. Yes, we will. And that was an exciting episode anyway. Oh my goodness, sweaty palms. Alright, well, I shall end the episode here and have a little bit of a chill. And then next time we will... briefing on the rim. Oh, that would be nice. Get some rights sorted out. That's one of the things on my list. Still halfway through there. So hopefully we'll have an opportunity to do something about the budget next episode. We'll see. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you again next time. Take care, everyone.